Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening. I'm Nicole. Welcome to our Tuesday evening paper crafting live. And this month we are featuring a lot of Christmas in July, and we are doing Christmas in July tonight. As our Friday live is not necessarily going to be Christmas related, I will show a couple of Christmas options. So I thought we better do some Christmas crafting tonight. Good. Tabitha made it to our meeting. I'm super glad. Hello, friends. I'm so glad to see everybody this evening. Before we get started, I do want to let you know that I am using Hero Arts tonight. They did gift me the products for today's live. However, all opinions are my own. And we are showcasing the brand new Home for the Holidays collection, which is super cute. And I thought it would be fun to not only do a card tonight, but to show how to make some tags as well. So we're going to start out with the card and then we'll move into some gift tags. I love showcasing how things can be really versatile, as well as pulling a few things from my stash, because that is truly the way I like to craft. I like to mix and match and see what else I might have that will work with the new things that we're showcasing today. Let's see. Brendan has popped. There is an entire buy it all bundle that Hero Arts has for this collection. So if you like everything, I am going to show you everything in the Home for the Holidays. There's one product I'm not using tonight. I tried and then I didn't really like how it was working out, so I made a shift. And so I'm not using it today, but I'll definitely be using it at another time. I'm going to flip the camera. We're going to get busy crafting. Drop me a note. Let me know how it's going in your neck of the woods. Let me know what you're doing this evening. Are you crafting? Are you finishing up supper? Are you getting ready for supper? I know with the time difference and things, some of you might just be sitting down for supper. But let me know. And we will go ahead and get started. Oh, scorching Wisconsin. Oh no. Sounds like it's a warm one there. Okay. So, let's go through everything in the Home for the Holidays collection first. And this is one of, I believe, three new collections. I will be showcasing all of them. I will be doing the Home for the Holidays tonight, the vintage vinyl on Friday, and then we will be doing the Halloween one. That probably won't be a live, that'll be an edited video at some point. Almost forgot organizing craft supplies. That is always a good idea. Let's see. Oh, good. Hi, Susan. Susan's on the treadmill. Way to go. um, I did all of my walking this morning, although it was kind of humid and hot. I did it outside. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys. It sounds like it's very warm a lot of places. Donna's eating butter pecan ice cream, which sounds like that's delicious. Oh my gosh, and Cheryl's working on one last stretch of One Nation. So I'm kind of embarrassed for all my cross stitchers. I haven't even touched it. I still haven't touched it. I know we talked, if you were at the retreat and I saw you at the retreat and you asked me, I hadn't touched it for like a week. I still haven't touched it. I have a lot of catching up to do. All right. Hi, Larissa. And Lori says, spent the afternoon using Tim Holtz mica stain sprays to make fall and Halloween backgrounds. That sounds amazing. I love that. Jennifer had a new baby girl on Friday, so she's at home resting. Congratulations. That is so exciting. I'm so happy for you. All right. So let's talk about what I think is the star of the show. This is our winter wreath set, and this set makes not only a larger sized wreath, but a smaller one. It has letters to spell the word joy. So here's kind of those two wreath components. We've got bows, we've got cute little orange slices, letters to all the letters to spell joy in the big size. Oh, and the small size. I think I put them accidentally in our winter wreath accessories. They actually go here. Anyway, so it is a really fabulous set, and we are going to use both sizes and both size letters as well. I really think it's kind of the focal point, if you will, of this whole collection. Yay! Everybody give Jennifer some congratulations on her new baby girl. Oh, hot in South Georgia too. It sounds like it is hot everywhere. This is the winter wreath accessories. Now, this set can be used with the wreath or without. It is meant to work with the wreath. There's these great little circles. They can kind of be like, think of them as pom poms. You could even make like a pom pom or ornament wreath with them. Different size bows, a little pom pom trim. There's this long piece here, and then little pieces that you can build on top to make multicolored poms. And then this awesome little village. Please forget the joy actually goes in the winter wreath. I need to fix that. But all these little village pieces and trees, so you can build little villages. You can tuck them into the wreath. You can put them, make them on like a little snowy bank. Really, really cute. We are going to use those tonight because absolutely adorable. And like I said, use with the winter wreath or not. And then we have the Very Merry Wishes. This is kind of hard to read against this. Let me find something white to stick this against. This is a fabulous sentiment stamp set. Lots of wonderful greetings. We're going to use these for sure inside of our card tonight, but maybe on the tag as well. We shall see. And if you need a coordinating die, there is the coordinating dies for all of these, so it cuts nice and close. Really, really cute. I love the scripty style of this. A fabulous sentiment stamp set for Christmas. And oops, I totally put that in the wrong thing. I'm reading the comments, not paying attention. Oh, good. Christy made it to the meeting too. So I got to spend the weekend, this past weekend, with Tabitha and Christy and Susan. So good to meet some of you in person. I love being able to meet you guys in person. All right, we have another sentiment stamp set, and this is a new add-on to a previous die that Simon Hero Arts, I don't know who I'm talking about, sorry, that Hero Arts has done in the past. This is a solid stamp, so you stamp this all at once, and then you use a die to cut them out. Now, I off camera stamped, embossed, and we're going to die cut them on camera because I do want to talk about it. We're going to use the sentiment strip die to die cut all of these. Fabulous greetings, and we're going to use a lot of them on our projects tonight. Okay, now in addition to, oh, I'm so sorry. The one product from this collection I'm not using is the front door layering stencil. I did leave it in the supply list because I did want to mention it. It is a set of layering stencils that you can build, and then you can put your little holiday wreath on the door. You can do all kinds of cute things with it. It's a really fun stencil set. All right, now in addition to Home for the Holidays, we are using, I pulled the script bold print out of my collection because we are going to use this for a tag tonight. So that'll be used a little bit later. And for our card, I'm sure this isn't going to shock anybody who watches me. I love to build like shelf scenes. And this is a die set that's been out for a couple years from Spellbinders, and it's called the Mantel Village. And it has this wonderful little shelf in there. And I am going to use that. I'm not using anything else tonight, although you could, but I'm going to use this shelf on our card, and that's going to be part of our mixing and matching. I've also pulled out the Hero Arts Infinity dies. I absolutely love these. This is one of my favorite tag sets. You get lots of different size tags, the hole reinforcers. So I'm going to use the large tag and this long hole reinforcer. This is my favorite one for a project. And finally, I pulled out the brick by brick 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders because, of course, we need to have a wonderful brick wall back behind the scene we're going to build tonight. Oh, good. Tabitha has this. I'm so glad. Oh, no, Shelly. She says it's a little warm in Oklahoma. Okay, so let's go ahead and build our card first. And we are going to make a 5x7 card tonight. So let's just kind of shake everything off. I've got everything stored in my Spellbinders craft stacks, as always. And I did go ahead and use our brick by brick embossing folder off camera just to save a little time. This is a 5x7 panel, and look at that wonderful texture. I'm a sucker for all things brick. It can be a brick stencil, a brick embossing folder like we're using tonight, a brick stamp. I love it all. This is a really, really great one. No, Jenny, you didn't miss hardly anything. Good, Tabitha. Tabitha has the brick stencil too. Perfect. So let's talk about what we're going to build here. And what I'm going to take out first is I have my 2 layers for that large wreath, and I have cut these from a little artichoke and grasshopper Concord and Ninth cardstock. I generally like different greens for Christmas than I like for other times of the year. And these happen to be 2 of my favorite right now, so I have those. And on our 5x7 background, what I'm imagining is not necessarily so much a fireplace scene, but like a brick wall. We're not doing like the stencil door or anything like that. We're going to have our wreath hanging up here. And then I did go ahead and trim or die cut, pardon, 2 of those mantle shelves. So this is kind of the base of our card tonight. And we're going to do a little bit of, oh shoot. We're going to do a little bit of embellishing and adhere these 2 things before we pull in all of the cute fun stuff. Yep, no nail polish tonight. I need to redo my nails. Received the Altenew emboss and cut poinsettia. Going to play with it tomorrow. So excited, Catherine said. That makes me excited for you too. That's awesome. So I'm going to take a little Gathered Twigs Distress ink, and we're just going to direct to paper this. And that means I'm taking my ink pad and I'm just going to swipe it right on the cardstock. The great thing about this die cut is that it has a little bit of wood grain in it. So those areas are going to stay a little bit lighter. And I'm just going to kind of gently rub this over the surface and see how that just draws out that texture. And we're going to do this for both of these. If you have that long or larger Simon Says Stamp wood plank, that is another one that's really fun. It was a little too big for what I'm doing tonight since we have all of that small village. So I like having options for my shelves. Okay, after we have that ink, we're going to just take a little foam adhesive and we are going to get these put in place first, and then we're going to work on our wreath. Donna, I have a reel for the deep craft stacks coming soon. I love them. And actually I placed an order for more, came today. I am storing all of my re-inkers in them. And I'm also doing like any of my Better Press inks in them. I haven't decided if I'm going to switch over to put my cubes in those or not yet, but I love those deep craft stacks. They're fabulous. So that reel will be coming here sometime this week. I recorded it last week, but I haven't had a chance to get it edited yet. Oh my gosh, you guys' comments about how hot it is are just cracking me up. The wreath is super full and pretty. It's a great size. I can't wait to show you another idea with it here in just a second. Okay, let me see. Let's put our wreaths here. And I am kind of imagining like these are those ledge shelves adhered one on top of another, and then we've got our wreath. So we're going to take the fuller wreath, which I did out of my lighter color cardstock, and that one's going to be in the back. And we're going to take the daintier one and we're going to glue that down right on top. And I'm only going to kind of keep my glue towards the center so that I can keep the the branches and everything kind of puffed out, and also need to make sure that I popped out. Oh, I have a few more, I see. I need to pop out any of those little things that didn't come out when I die cut. Let's see if I got them all now. That looks better. The wreath is so pretty. I'm absolutely love it. So then I'm just going to go in, and it kind of it lines up really easily, just like this. And why I like to not glue down all of these is because then what I like to do, oh, I did miss another one. Man, there's a lot of those. Is I kind of like to just with my finger fluff it up. We want our wreath to be a little fuller. It'll probably get smashed in an envelope a little bit, but I like how that looks. So there is that. And we're going to assemble our wreath off of our card, and then we'll take it to our card. So in my craft stacks here, I have loads of little details. And we're going to grab our bow components, and then we have orange slices, which I love. And I did assemble a few of them because we need lots. We have some little cinnamon sticks. And there's a little center to the bow somewhere. I know it's in, there it is. And then we have tons and tons of berries. And I kind of have those all down here in the, some of them probably are underneath. Yeah, they are. So let's just take our big piece of cardstock out so it's out of the way. That's for our sentiment. The wreath with the impression, love the green color, so different. It's really fun. Somebody's going to have to start reminding Pam when the meeting is. You girls crack me up. Okay, so for the wreath, you can position it either hanging down from the bottom or at the top. Obviously, for my card tonight, if I have it hanging down from the bottom, it's going to kind of go into what I'm going to put on my shelf. So I'm actually going to position mine up here at the top, and it is a 3-piece bow set. And I've die cut this from a little pomegranate cardstock, and I'm going to put the bow tails down first. This set is super fun and very straightforward. I think everything goes together so easily. Dawn says at this point she feels more like laying in the ice cream than eating it. Uh-oh, that means it's bow loops up here. And then we're going to put the little center right on top. I like when there's all these different layers. It gives that illusion of a lot of dimension. Now, if you don't want to do a paper bow, you could always do a ribbon bow on your wreath, and I think that would be really cute too. All right, next, I'm kind of imagining we're going to do 3 areas of orange slices. So what we're going to do is, this is a 2-step process, and there's one that's a little bit bigger than the other, and they go together so I've got these die cut from carrot and terracotta cardstock. And all you're going to do is you're going to take that darker version, see if it'll show the little score lines in it. This is terracotta, and we're going to take the carrot one, and we just want to line it up like so. And we're going to do the same thing for the smaller size. Teresa, what is sound? No sound? Sharon says no sound. It's showing that I have lots of sound. Oh, no. Let me see. How many people don't have sound? I am not muted. Refresh YouTube and see if that works. Sound is fine here. Refresh, please. Thank you. Because it's not showing me muted. Thanks, everybody. All right, so we're gonna put together the other one, just like so. Oh, good, Cindy. Cindy says she went out and came back and it was fine. So give that a try if you're having any trouble with sound. So, what we're going to do then, after we have our set of three, so 6 orange slices total, I want to start with these because they are definitely the bigger component. And I'm going to kind of try to position those fairly equally around our wreath. And I'm going to overlap them just a little bit. And I'm gonna try to do, kind of I say large and small, it's a very minuscule amount how the difference in size. Oh, good, it sounds like if you go out and come in, I don't know, maybe YouTube is having an issue or something. That's weird. Because it sounds like some of you aren't having any trouble, and some of you are. Huh. I do not love when that happens. I'm gonna look at something really quick, though. Oh, yeah. Nope, that's good. Okay, so then I'm just going to layer, oh, not there. I'm going to just leave that little blob of glue. And I'm going to go ahead and layer these over here. And that looks fairly even. I don't want it to be too super matchy, but I want it to be, somewhat that visual triangle. For our cinnamon sticks, I have got these die cut from a little truffle cardstock. And they are also a kind of bigger size. So I want to layer these in, and I'm going to try to, in certain places, kind of tuck them underneath some of the branches of our wreath. Like so. And we're going to do another one. Laura says, did you know dyeing oranges for holiday decorations in America is a tradition that dates back to the 19th century and was commonly used before glass ornaments became popular in the mid 1800s? That's so cool. I love that. All right, we're going to do, I think we're going to do this one kind of up here. And we're going to do another couple down in this area. Oh, good. Kelly says this is so adorable. Did I? I didn't think I said anything. All right, so we're going to pop one there. And I have one more. So I did about 5. I decided not to do 2 super matchy for this and have, 6 of them. You definitely could. You could do as many or as few as you want to. All right. So next, now that I have all of the biggest things in here, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to put our berries into our wreath. Oh, you guys are loving that fun fact. I am too. That's very interesting. I feel like a couple of companies these last couple of years have incorporated the orange slices into the Christmas things, and I love it. So I'm going to pop these in here. Oh, that's fun. Laura says she's in Virginia and she sees them a lot on wreaths. So she was wondering where the tradition came from. I love that. Okay, next, let's see. Now, I'm not going to do a trio every time. So in a couple of these areas, and I did die cut the berries for this, is this die right here. So it's going to give you 9 berries. I cut it twice so that I could have a few extra to play with. Could be an autumn wreath as well, just change the color of the bow. Yes, I love that for sure. You could play around with this a lot, I think, and have a lot of fun. Okay, so now we're going to, let's just start with one here. And I think we're going to do the other 2 right here. And then I do have some of the smaller ones left, so now I can kind of see if I want to add anything else in. I might add another one there. Let's add a couple more up here. I wanted my wreath to have lots of stuff going on. There we go. You have the honeybee barn stars. Yes, and with the orange slices, Dawn, that is exactly the set I was thinking of. I love that set. So here is our wreath, which I just love. I'm going to look at something. Oh, yeah. There. I need to brighten my display up so I can see. Who else has the honeybee barn star from Spellbinders? Was that last year or the year before? I loved that one. Okay. So now let's grab our background and we are going to kind of look at this, and we did pop up our shelves. So what I'm going to do, because we have a nice solid base back here, is I am going to put together some foam squares. Kelly says this came together much faster. Surprising, because it's a lot of little pieces and it can be kind of intimidating. So I was hoping that it would show that this really isn't that difficult at all. I always love when it has a lot of detail to it, but it's not going to take forever and a day to put together. Karen loves that set, loves making the stars. Kathy has it too. Oh my gosh, yes. That's still one of my favorite sets. I really love that star. All right, so we got some little foam squares back here. So that'll pop it up off of the background just a tad. And any of this glue on here is going to dry clear, thank goodness, because I was a little bit messy with my glue, but that's all right. So now we've got our little wreath hung up on the wall. Oh, Cheryl has orange slices from the greetery. Those are gorgeous. Yes. Have 10 of the barn stars made last year and waiting for the paste to dry. The little kitten shredded them. Oh no, Teresa. Bad kitties. Oh no. Okay, let's go ahead and build our village. Now, you could do your village in any color that you like. I am keeping mine pretty traditional. I also think a little like modern Christmas would be super cute. So think aquas, bright pinks, limey greens, and like a nice bright red would be fabulous. But I decided to keep my village to a light gray and a red. So it's pretty traditional. I think it's going to work with a really traditional wreath. If you want to make this more modern, I would totally use the accessories and do the pom-poms in your wreath and maybe switch up the bow to a bright pink or something like that, and it would be so, so cute. Okay, got your slices. Got the slices and the wreath from Tim Holtz, Monique said. Oh, good. Hi, Beatrice. Yes, thank you. I'm trying to settle back in. You know, re-entry after you've been gone to something fun tends to be kind of hard. Okay, so these little mini homes have two layering pieces. The top piece has all of the little detail and the windows and doors cut out, and your back piece can be whatever you want it to be. Well, I wanted it to look like they were little lit houses. So the lights are on, maybe they have candles in them or the little mini lights. I have a little village with little lights in it. So I did all of my backgrounds from beeswax. Oh, Cora says she has the citrus and spice bundle from Concord and Ninth and loves it. Yes, that is a great one too. There's a lot. I feel like there's a lot. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm not going to adhere them because we will pop them up with foam. We're going to match the houses to the backer piece, and then we want to kind of spread those out and build the little trees or pardon me, adhere the little trees in and amongst our little village on these shelves. Plus, we have a couple of other little things I want to do. They go together really easy. I could see doing like little snowy hills all over a background of a card and then placing all of the little houses and the trees into all of those, and it would be so cute. Monique is the proud owner of the stamps from Altenew. Fabulous. I love it. You guys love that so much. Um, if you love Altenew, I will have a edited video. It will be a video premiere, so I will be live in the chat, and that will be Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time. If you want to come check it out, I will have a special coupon for you for something, so you can definitely come check that out if you would like. And I will be live then at 1 p.m. We're gonna simulcast on my channel and Hero Arts. We're gonna try something new on Friday, so let's see how that goes. Super excited to do that though. My houses are the same red color I've been using, so it's the pomegranate from Spellbinders, and it is the fog gray from Spellbinders. It will be a busy day on Friday. Aren't these houses the cutest? I really do want to do like a little rainbow village. I think that would be cute too. And there's 7 different styles here, right? 2, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Math is hard. So there's 7 different little house styles, which I also love. Lots of ways to use these, but they go together really, really easy. Let's just scooch that a little bit. I think we're going to do 3 little houses together. So we're going to end up with 3 of the little houses on one shelf and 4 on the other. And there we go. Monique says that sounds like a great start to the weekend. I think so too. We'll have lots of fun creating on Friday. Okay, so here's our little village pieces. Now, the light gray kind of gets lost until we add in our greenery. In addition to our greenery from our wreath set, remember we have the 2 different sizes of the joy letters. I imagined that these are like those little letters, shelf sitter letters. And so we're going to put the smaller size ones kind of in the center of our little shelf. And then we're going to build everything out around it. And that's going to be all of our great little trees and things. So I have these die cut from our same colors of cardstock that I used for the wreath in the 2 colors. And I just like to lay it all out first, make sure I like where all of the placement is, and then we will attach it and adhere it to our card. See how many more trees I have, if I'm going to use them all or not. I wanted to make sure I had plenty. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to scoot those down. Maybe do that. Something like that. Oh, I think that's going to be cute. All right. No, Friday's not going to be the Craft-A-Ween box. Not yet. We cannot show that yet. I do have a schedule for that, but it is, I will have to double check it. I can't remember what it is, but it'll be a little bit before we can share that. Now I am going to take a little foam. The letters are a little too small for that. So actually what I think we're going to do, and I did not think of this before and I really wish I would have, is, let me find those letters. We're going to die cut them a couple times and glue them one on top of another so that they are popped up a little bit too. If you ever have anything that's too small to really fit foam adhesive back behind, you can always die cut it multiple times and glue them one on top of another. So that's what we're going to do. I didn't plan that. But they're pretty small, and I think about 3 times ought to be good. Oh, good. Amy says, inspired to get in her craft room tomorrow and play with some Christmas dies. I love that. Pam says she could sit there all day stacking dies. I know. There's something really relaxing about it. I don't know what it is, but rather than having the dies be so flat to the back of the card, we definitely want to stack our dies up here so that it gives it that illusion of being a little bit thicker. You could also adhere your cardstock to like some foam with a double-sided adhesive and run it through so they're puffy too. I used to do that a lot. I haven't done that in a long time. I need to see if I even still have those foam sheets I used to like to use. Donna says the little joy is so cute among the house and trees. It's going to be adorable. I love it. All right, let's just put our dies over here so I don't lose those little cuties. And if you want the side of your die cut to be the same color, I would recommend die cutting all of your layers from the same color of cardstock, but you could also do it out of white or any color scrap and just have the color you want on the top. Oh, thanks, Cora. Tanya says that she's going to catch up really quick. Isn't that fabulous that we can fast forward? I do that too when I either am late because I had something going on, but I can still catch part of a live. I will rewind to the beginning and fast forward. So we're just stacking our die cuts. I could probably do more, but I think 3 is going to be plenty. That just gives it a much, much, much more substantial look. Oh, I'm glad that you guys love it. For some reason, creating these little shelf scenes are one of my favorite things to make. I know no one that watches is surprised. Sandy says you need a small cross stitch in the O of joy. What count would you need? Oh, I don't know. Something big. All right. Okay. Clean up that little bit of glue there. I have one more that I need to stack, but let's go ahead and glue our J down. And we're just going to stick it right here. There we go. Paper Creations said, unfortunately, I got here late. I rewinded and fast forwarded. Perfect. Oftentimes, if it's not too far into the live, you'll catch up with us live, which I love. 112 count, Pam said. That's funny. Okay. I really, if I had thought about it before, like 40 minutes before the live, I was doing something else and I was like, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have made this version like in a more modern color palette with like, the pinks and the aquas and the lime green. But I didn't think of it soon enough, so I didn't. I thought, oh, I don't want to be racing around making a giant mess. Thought, well, we'll just do it this way today. This would be cute in a frame, Donna said. 100%. Absolutely. And especially our 5x7 cards because they're so easy to frame. I feel like I should have maybe, oops, well, that didn't stay put, did it? Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Okay, moving on. Let's get the rest of our cute little trees in place. Traditional is beautiful. Part of the reason I am a pretty traditional girl. I like doing both though. I like mixing it up when I'm creating, but I am doing tags today and I wanted to show them matching. And I've said this a lot of times, but I'm probably going to keep saying it. I really recommend, yes, I might do mine in traditional colors, but that might not be your jam. Maybe you've got some beautiful blues and silvers or blues and purples wrapping paper, and that's what you use for wrapping your gifts. Match your tags to what you're wrapping. And all of these ideas can easily be switched up and changed to what you like and what you use. I may not be able to get both of my little houses here. Oh, I'm going to. I think we're going to. Jill, I did use a Spellbinders folder for that. Brendan, will you please pop the Brick by Brick Spellbinders embossing folder back into the chat? It was an embossing folder of the month, I believe, July of last year, maybe? It is, they still have it available. Hopefully it's still in stock. I think it is. I love it. It's probably one of my most used embossing folders, and I'm so glad that they still have it. Laura, wishing you the best luck tomorrow on your hip replacement surgery. We will be keeping you in our thoughts. I hope it goes well and you're good as new in no time. Oh, yeah, good point. Who said that? Somebody said, Paper Creation says, use the skinny shell from the bottom. She is right. Thank you. I'm going to do that. Good suggestion. So there's a little teeny tiny skinny house. I'm going to swap out the one I was going to use because it's going to fit so much better. Thank you. There we go. Look how cute. Oh, I love it. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and build up our bottom shelf. And it is slightly time consuming just in that obviously I have all this foam and I have to kind of piece it. So let's see. Let's put our little tree. Kind of did that one behind because on the other side of the house, we're going to kind of put it in front. I liked to have all of the, just to kind of be a little full village. Let's see. I like the brick background with the shelves. It could be used for any card design, Tanya said. Yes, I agree. 100%. This is one of those I've used kind of this similar idea, maybe not always these exact same products, for all kinds of scene building with shelves and a brick wall. And you definitely could, like, pull out your favorite Halloween if you wanna do a cute little Halloween scene. That would be adorable. Have fun with it, or just in an everyday set. Even okay, let's say summer. Wouldn't it be cute to do, like, a beachy nautical scene card? You could do a really fun beachy wreath, have your little shelves here, and then fill it with all kinds of cute little goodies. Linda says shelf scenes are so cute. I agree. I love them. Clearly, I seem to make a lot of them. It always seems like a good idea for whatever reason. When I am considering what do I want to do, uh, with these, and I really did try to go a different direction first, and I was like, no, that's not really working. Oh, did I already put glue or take my backing paper off? Must have. There we go. Okay. A driftwood wreath, Jill says. Absolutely. Great idea. Congratulations on your new home is a fabulous idea, too. Lots of great suggestions in the chat. Got your spellbinder shears in the mail today, Kathy said. Fabulous. Has anybody ordered the new deep stacks yet? I love them. I'm going to show you this when the reel I filmed, I showed the knot storage that I had for my re-inkers before. So maybe now I'll actually use my re-inkers. We talked about those a couple of lives ago, and I've been waiting to share the deep craft stacks. Okay, so here is our adorable little scene. Now, before we put this on our card and finish it up, we're just going to scoot that for a second. Oh, the wreath could be a life preserver, Kelly said. That's funny. I like that. We're going to take our sentiment strip die, and this is a die that's been out for several years. In fact, it's been through my die cut machines. It's curled up a little bit. We'll just straighten it back out. But what we do with this greeting set is you stamp the entire thing on whatever cardstock you want. I stamped and embossed on black cardstock using white embossing powder, and then we're simply going to line up our die. And I'm going to use a couple pieces of tape, but we're going to end up with loads and loads of greetings that we can then use throughout the season for lots of different cards. So let me just take that to the die cut machine and feed that through. Does a regular medium stack inside the new deep stack? I don't know that I understand your question, Jill. They're stackable with the regular craft stacks from Spellbinders. So meaning I don't have one of the deep ones right here. I could go get one in a little bit. So you can stack them on top of here. And on your large size, the medium will go on each side. Same, so one on each side, and they'll stack. Same thing goes for the new deep stacks, is they all will stack together. If I didn't answer that right, ask again. The spinners, yes, ma'am. We're going to be using the spinners on Friday. I'm so excited. The spinners are fabulous. The new spinners from Spellbinders. Okay, so let's see what I wanted to use. I need that one next, so we'll just move that out of the way. You could do a little season's greetings. You could even put it up here. I kind of like that one. We're going to keep this one out as well. The handmade with love, because I need that in a minute. But what I love is these can all be used for all kinds of things. Celebrate the season is kind of cute. I love all of these. Sending cozy Christmas wishes. Kind of want something a little shorter is what I'm imagining. Anyway, so I'm going to save all these. Here's my favorite. Dear Santa, I can explain. Julie ordered her deep stacks today. I think you're going to love it. I also really like special delivery. I'm going to keep that one out too, just in case I want that one. Okay. I think let's move these up here. There's not a bad sentiment in the bunch. It's more about what you want to use. And I kind of was trying to think where I wanted to put this one. I might even put it on my wreath. I'm just going to take my scissors and snip this. And I think I might snip this end a little bit too. You might have to do a little bit of surgery with your greeting to shorten up your sentiment strip. And I kind of think, I can't decide if I want it here or if I want, okay, hold please. Where's just my Merry Christmas go? Can I not see it now that, oh, right there. It's right in front of me. Of course it is. I knew it would be. Let's try this little Merry Christmas too, because I do like it that it's short. And we have a suggestion. Yeah, I kind of like the little short one. Okay, so I kind of like it. I can't decide if I want it. Should I put it down here? Originally, this is my original plan, was to put it kind of down here, or should I put it on the wreath? You guys tell me. If I do it up here, I'm going to need to be a little trickier. You guys let me know. Looks, I think it balances better on the wreath. I agree. I'm just going to do that. I asked, but now I'm just going to do it. So I need to be a little bit selective in my placement of my foam. Monique says that those new spinners are making all of the dies we already looked at different. The rocking chair from Spellbinders really could rock now. Yes. I like it on the wreath too. Oh, that's too long. That's what I was afraid of. Let me do a little more surgery on my foam. I like it here. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Little glue on the ends. Hopefully that will help keep it nice and secure. Oh yeah. I'm just going to remove this, I think. It's in the way. There we go. That's going to lay nicer. Just like that. Okay, let me keep out some of these, and I'm going to move the rest of these out of the way. And we're going to work on our card base. And I just want a standard card base. Could you put pear blossom lights? Are the pear blossom lights, are those the light up things? You probably could. I'm horrible with those lights. I really struggle with all of those lights, but that would be really cute. So I'm going to move some stuff because I can't even get my paper trimmer here. Okay. We're going to take our Spellbinders paper trimmer and we're going to make our card 7 inches tall. I've just got an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and we're going to make our card 10 inches long. And we're using the gray cutting blade for that. And then at the 5-inch mark, we're going to take our scoring blade and we're going to score it. I love this paper trimmer. And I'm just going to make sure that my bone folder has a good crease on my card base. Now, before we place our background, and it's going to fill the whole thing, which is what I want. But before we do that, I'm going to take my Misty, and this is going to stick out because I don't want to get out my large Misty, so we're going to just stamp inside of our card like this. This is not the most technical way to do it, but it's going to work fine. And we're going to stamp a greeting from our very Merry Wishes set. Tanya, I don't know. They just keep coming out with such cute things. So I like There's No Place Like Home for the holidays. I really did. Because of all the little homes. Or we could do, yeah, because we have Merry Christmas on the front. Yeah, I like that. And then There's No Place Like Home for the holidays. So I'm going to just pop that here somewhere kind of in the upper half inside of my card. And I'm going to stamp with just a nice basic black. Nothing fancy, just kind of finishing off the inside of our card. Look how cute the font is for this. I love that. All right. You could add more if you want to. I'm keeping mine simple today. And I am going to go ahead then. Brendan, would you please add the opaque white grit paste to my supply list? I completely forgot, even though it's sitting out here on my desk. So we're going to glue our panel on. And I'm just going, because we use an embossing folder, sometimes I like to take my magnets to help hold that down till the glue dries. Because, of course, we need to add a little flocking or snow to a few of the areas of our wreath. Oh my gosh, am I going to be able to get this jar open? Yes. Ugh. And also our trees. Maybe even the roofs of our house if we want to. Now, I like the opaque white grit paste, but I like to use very, very little so that it dries really quickly. That's like almost too much. A fine tip palette knife is going to be your best friend here because it allows you to just kind of tap it on. I pull off most of the product and then I just simply kind of go in and tap it on in a few little places. Add a little bit to our orange slices, add a little bit around here. I'm going to just carefully lift up our bows. Let's add in a little bit here, or our bow ends, pardon me. Less is kind of more, is what I'm saying. That's kind of a lot, but that's kind of natural. There we go. Cute. I don't want a ton. You were waiting for the snow, Jules said. Dawn, that's so funny. Donna says, grit paste, now we're talking. Hey, you guys knew it was coming, right? I can hardly craft Christmas without it. Okay, so we're going to tap a little bit on our trees. Maybe a little bit on the roof. Doesn't have to be a ton. This is the fastest way I know of and the easiest to give a little bit of snow to our greenery, to our little village, all the things. I love that so much. And then we're just gonna let that all dry. So I'll hold it up a little bit closer so you can see that. Let me just wipe that off my palette knife and put the lid on. Jill has a great idea. She said use Ranger's glow in the dark paste on a Halloween wreath. Adorable. Brenda says there are so many great Christmas products this July. I agree. I agree. Brendan, thanks for adding that. Okay, so let me show the card because it's really all done except for that little bit of grit paste that I got there. There we go. So here is what it looks like with all of that great little snow on our village. To me, and our wreath, to me, that just finishes it off perfectly and gives it wonderful texture, and it's so much more interesting. So this is our fun little card for home for the holidays, and the inside with our little greeting. Now, I have a quick tag I want to share with you. I could do a little bit on the top of the joy. Maybe I'll go back and do it after a bit. I want to show you the the tag. So, well, let's leave this here for a minute. We're going to make a traditional tag, but I also really love non-traditional tags. And I already went ahead and made one. In fact, I'm getting the grit paste back out. I totally forgot. So I'll go ahead and do that. But you can take just the wreath, put it all together. I did take a little white silk ribbon. You could take baker's twine. Hey, Brendan, add my white silk from my shop, please, down below. I threaded it through the top so this could hang on a package. We're going to put a greeting on here. Um, I kind of thought like the little handmade with love would be really cute. Like if you're going to give a handmade gift, let's say you make even like a handmade potpourri or something like that. The orange slices and cinnamon sticks made me think of that. But we're going to flock this and we're going to glue our little greeting on here. I was holding out until that tag, Pam said. I love making tags out of the wreaths, and this wreath in this set is fabulous. So let me glue this down. Oops. And then we're going to add the little bit of flocking to it. But can you imagine making a whole bunch of these, having them ready to go? You could even add a little smaller tag to it for the recipient with the recipient's name, obviously. Like use the infinity die, the smallest size. You could die cut that and layer it onto your ribbon or your twine with the wreath, have the recipient's name on it, but that one could almost be a tearaway, and then they could keep the more decorative one. So we're just gonna glue that down, and it's put together exactly like the one on the card. What did you put around the lid of the grit paste? Kara said. Great question. I'll have Brennan add this too. There are some Tim Holtz, like, I don't know if they're called rubber bands or not. If Brendan can't find it, I'll add it when we're done. I'll have him remind me. Tim came out with these because they go around the seal and they're supposedly, and I think it does help, supposed to help keep the air out of your pastes so they don't dry out as fast. Okay, so let's take a little bit more. In fact, so the suggestion for the little bit of the top of the joy, let's just add a little bit there. How's that? That looks good, right? Okay, so we went ahead and did that. And then we're just going to go in here and we're going to do our gift tag too. And you can see I do it really fast. And when I'm not on camera and not talking, I do it even faster. We just kind of want it to be even, and I just kind of tap it on. There's no real skill involved other than I would say less is more. It's a lot easier to control a little bit less product than a lot of product. So Tabitha says, I guess the wreath going to come live with you? Tabitha, is that what you're saying? Kara, you're welcome. Okay. Oh, it looks good. I like that. So I'm imagining making up a bunch of these and just having them in my little tag sorter because I think these would be beautiful this year. I just love them. Okay, so that's my first idea. I went ahead and put that together off camera since we already put one of the wreaths together tonight. Now I want to show another idea with the smaller size wreath. The wreaths on their own as tags, one of my favorites. But if you want to, I'm just going to put that back on. Let's move these out of the way and make sure that they dry. So I went ahead and die cut one of the infinity dies out of some craft cardstock. This is the Desert Storm Nina cardstock. And I also have one from white for the back of this. You could do craft for both, but I decided to do white for the back. And let's start with that. And remember, if you were here at the beginning of the video and I had this text background stamp, any text background is going to work. You may even have a Christmas specific one. I didn't pull out a Christmas specific. I just pulled out the script bold print, which is just a beautiful script. We're going to take this and I'm going to put a little white pigment ink down. The tag would be better than the gift. Yeah, I wanted to show several ideas with this set because I really love the versatility. And we're just going to take our craft tag and press it into our white pigment ink so we get this gorgeous, of course, text background. You guys know I'm a sucker for a text background. Just like, there we go, just like this. I got to make sure that I put my letters right side up. It's supposed to not be super legible, but I also don't really want my text upside down, so there's that. Okay, after we have that, I've got some little pieces here. So we've got our little white background. We can stamp another greeting on here. I'm not going to put them back to back quite yet. And what we have, and this would be cute tied to a package as well. This time we're going to take the smaller sized wreath. Paver Creation says that's her go-to when she needs a text background. I love that one too. And what we're going to do is we're going to spell out the word joy and use the wreath for the center of the word on this tag. And then I thought like the little I made this for you would be cute on here, or even special delivery. But on the back, I thought it would be cute if you notice some of our sentiment strips that we stamped. There's a to, there's a from, and there's a from Santa. So I think we're going to use the to and the from Santa on the back of our tag today. Actually, if we're going to do the Santa, I almost like the little happy ho ho holidays. Don't you guys think? Yeah. I think that's what we're going to use for this one. We'll save the other one. I'll make another wreath later. Beth, thank you for this super chat. That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to put a little foam on the back of our sentiment strip. Just like this. And I just realized I think I did not do this either. We're just going to cut it really fast. I think the J and the Y would look a little bit better with a shadow back behind them. Don't you? So I'm going to grab a piece of black cardstock and die cut them again. Oh, Julie, I love that idea. So Julie says her good friend just lost her best friend of 47 years, and her name was Joy, and she's going to get this and make it for a Joy card. I love that idea. That's such a beautiful tribute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the J, and I'm just going to slightly offset it on my little shadow here. And we just want to pick the same direction. So just a little bit. I think it's going to make it, see how that just makes it stand out a little bit better? And of course, I'm going to pop these up too because I love foam adhesive. Yes, everybody's liking Julie's idea. That's such a wonderful tribute for your friend. All right. So I'm going to start with the J first. Let's try to have it even though, Nicole, shall we? Okay, that's good. And then we're going to glue our darker. Donna likes the little shadow. I think so too. I think it just draws the eye a little bit better, especially with our black sentiment strip. We definitely want it to not, we want it to stand out. Tabitha, it's good you checked your inventory. She already has the text background stamp, everybody. Good news. It's an oldie but a goodie. I tried to pull out some oldie products. Okay, I've pulled off the backing paper from both sides of this because I do want to pop my wreath up, and this is going to allow us to just curve that foam adhesive all the way around like so. And yes, we had to touch it quite a bit, so that can remove a little of the sticky. And all I'm going to do is put a little liquid glue right on top of that foam before we pop that right down like that. And we're going to decorate our wreath. Don't worry. It ties into the black sentiment, Kathy said. Absolutely. That's definitely what I wanted. Okay, so now we've got our little Y. Now it is a tag, so I am going to go a little bit maybe more simple for this. I say that. There's quite a few little steps here actually, Nicole, but whatever. We're going to pop our sentiment strip underneath, and then remember the wreath accessories, that add-on set has multiple different bow options. And for a smaller wreath, definitely want to use one of the smaller bows. And there's lots of options, which is fabulous. Also, let's say you didn't want to do a 5x7 card and you wanted to do the same idea that we did for the card, but you want to do it maybe on that A2 sized real estate. The smaller wreath would be another really nice option for that. And you could kind of just make everything a little bit smaller if you wanted to. There we go. Hi, Shay. And we're just going to, I don't think I got these very even. We're going to look here in a minute. I think this needs to go up a little bit. Can I get it off without ruining my tag? Yes. I could get my T-square ruler out, couldn't I? What would be the fun in that? No guessing? That would be the fun, Nicole. No guessing. All right, let me glue the front to the back. And this serves two purposes. When you are running it through your die cut machine, if you're like me and you do a lot of die cutting, you're going to get all those cut marks in the back of your tag. So putting them back to back like this cleans that up, gives you a beautiful finished tag look, as well as it makes your tag nice and sturdy. So that's the first thing. Then I've got my hole reinforcer piece. And we're just going to put a little glue on that. And we're going to line this up with our opening on our tag. I love the hole reinforcer. Use a hole reinforcer when you're making your tags. They elevate your tags so, so much. Okay? Then we're going to go ahead and put our little pieces on the back of our tag. So I'm just going to cut down our little 2. And I still make gifts from Santa to my grown children. I don't know why, but I do. You guys like it, right, Brendan? And on the back of my tag, and I want to make sure that I have it going the right way, we are going to glue these down. So let's go ahead and start with 2. And I'm not going to pop these up. This is the back of the tag. So I don't really feel like we need the dimension back here. You could add one of those cute scripty sentiments if you wanted to. A spinner on the wreath. That would be fun. Oh, thank you, Julie. She looks forward to the tag videos every year. I do love making a tag. Okay, so we're just going to put our little labels on the back. I almost love that it looks like almost like a label maker you've used to make it that way. Okay, and then we're going to, I picked the similar bow. It has long tails, but it's obviously a much smaller size. And we're going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to have it come from the top. And this one has 4 pieces, the 2 individual long tails. So we're going to start with those first. Then we have our bow center. And I'm probably going to have to guess what the little center of my bow is. Maybe it's that piece. Because I also have all the berries for my wreath, and they all kind of look the same. Oh no, I think this does not look, this piece definitely does not look circular. I bet that's the center of my bow. Like this. Hi, Liz. Let's see, Karen says she has tags she made 3 years ago. Everyone saves them so they can be used the following year. Just ask Brendan here in the chat. He'll tell you. When we open gifts, I'm like, don't throw the tags away. They all know. I don't even have to say it anymore. They know to just grab them and throw them in a pile because we reuse ours too. And we're just going to go in here. I'm going to put a bunch of little glue. We'll come back and add a little bit more. And we're going to start adding in our berries. Now, the berries are the same size that we used for the bigger wreath. This time, I'm not going to use the biggest size berries because I think they're just a little too big for the smaller size. We're going to use the medium and the small. And we're just going to make sure our wreath is all embellished. And of course, we are going to add some flocking to it. I have to. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but I want to. This would also be cute on the front of a card if you don't need a tag, but you like to use tags. This would be really cute on the front of a card as well. Let's put a couple more in here. I think I have a couple more. Oh, I might be all out of little teeny tiny ones. Let's just put that and that. Oops, that wasn't very good. And let's put one more like here. All right, I think I ended up using all of my medium and small berries. We'll move that out of the way. And then you can just pick whatever you want for your tag. I'm probably just going to use some more of this silk ribbon I have. If I have more white, maybe I used all my white. Here, let's use, I lied. Let's just use a little baker's twine. Red and white baker's twine's always a good idea. So we're just going to feed this through. And tie it into a little bow. Or not a bow, pardon me, a knot. A bow, Nicole. There we go. Clean up the ends there. And then, hello, Christine. Love the O being used as a wreath. Absolutely. And keep in mind, you guys, too. So if you do December daily, if you do scrapbooking or memory keeping, this would be a cute title on a page. So another way to use it that isn't necessarily for cards. So I got my little bit of my paste, and we definitely want to just put a little snow on the top of our letters, put a little snow on our wreath. Just using the tip of my palette knife, tapping it on. Put a little bit on the top of our bow. Whoops. Then knock our bow off. Don't do that. If you want, sparkle paste would also be really cute too. Just another option if you kind of like that look. And you could add some gems, but I kind of like it just like this. Maybe I need to hold, please. I'm going to clean the lip of this. So maybe the next time I go to open it, I don't have to be like Hulk out to get it open. Donna says she's thinking about doing December daily this year. Awesome. I love that. Question. Where did you get the joy letters from? They are from this set right here. Brennan, will you pop the wreath set in again? It's called Winter Wreath. It's from Hero Arts, and it is a new set. My letters I put in a box somewhere, but this is the set. It comes with 2 different sizes of letters and then all the pieces to make your wreath. And it does come with the O's. So if you want to just spell out joy, I use the smaller size on this card, you can, but it does give you the option to be able to use the wreath as the center, which I think is really fun. Okay. Let's get rid of that little backer. So here is a look at our finished, more traditional style of tag. I always love the infinity tag dies. They're always a great option. Oh, I know what's wrong with this. I left this too long. Hold, please. We're going to do a little surgery before I sign off for tonight because I don't like that. Better. So much better. Okay, there we go. Happy ho-ho holidays. On the back, we have our to and our from Santa. We, of course, have our, oh, shoot. We have our wreath tag, so you can use that wreath to just make a tag if you want to, which is really fun. And then we also have our wonderful card. Okay, did anyone have any questions that I missed? Let's see, Sandy says packages of 5 tags make a great little Christmas gift for friends. She's done this several times. That is a wonderful gift, Sandy. I love that idea. Okay, you guys, I went a little longer tonight. I hope I don't get in trouble with my assistant. But I really wanted to show you some fun things with this set. I hope you guys love it. I will be there will be a premiere on Friday at 9 a.m. Central Time featuring Altenew, and then there will be a live video, and it's going to be a simulcast between myself and Hero on it'll be on my channel, but on Hero Arts as well. Watch wherever you want to. And we're going to be showcasing the vintage vinyl collection. So, um definitely come hang out. That'll be at 1 p.m. Central Time. I think if did I miss a question? Will you be making cards with the vintage vinyl collection later? Yes! Yes, I will on Friday. And it won't necessarily be Christmas. I will show you some Christmas cards because obviously that collection came out as part of the Stamp Along for Hero Arts Christmas Stamp Along last year, but they have add-ons now, which is really, really fun. Okay, let me see if I missed anything else. The wreath tag makes a pretty ornament too. Absolutely. I love that. Okay, if you're catching the video later and you have any questions, please drop them down into the comment section and we will get those answered. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Tuesday evening Christmas in July crafting. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys all on Friday. I'll be live at 1 p.m. Central Time. Bye, everybody.